Hello there, Scorpio. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's for Scorpio for March of 2020. We're 3 months into the year already. For all of you who are new out there, I pull 4 cards for the month. We use the bottom card on the deck for overall view of the month. We'll pull an angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together for us. Now, I am an empath, so I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. During the reading, it makes all of us Scorpios named Frankie, I guess, for the time of the reading. Look at your moon sign and your rising sign. You get a more comprehensive view of the month, and I don't believe the cards will go like week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month as an overall theme for the month. Now, I have a short message for us, and it's interesting because I feel like we are really on this month. I think maybe I'm not an astrologer, but there's a lot of Pisces energy, and that's water energy, just like we are, just like our Scorpio energy. We're really intuitive this month. So I want us to be very clear in all of our communications throughout this month so that everyone can trust and rely on what we say, you know, because it's going to become important. And I don't know why, but they're telling me that we want to make sure, and we're the detectives of the deck, right? Of the deck of the tarot. We want to make sure that our intuition and the facts match up this month. So when we communicate, we're going to do it very clearly. It's not only going to just be our intuition because we're highly intuitive this month, it will be backed up with facts when we speak. So there will be no miscommunication when we speak this month. It's an interesting message, but I think it's going to be important. Our words are kindness, synthesis, truth, discernment, and humor, which is really interesting. I'm like, those are strange words to come along, but that truth and discernment are probably part of our original message, and synthesis, bringing them both together, our intuition and the truth. Because our first card here is the Eight of Pentacles. That's the card of a craftsman. Pentacles are earth energy, money, finances, things like that. We got a little harsher aspect right here coming up towards the end, but I don't feel bad about it at all because I think the little blip for us this month is the facts, because we're so intuitive already. We want them both to go hand in hand. So this is a card of the craftsman, but this one means like maybe taking up a new career, a new skill, or but whatever it is we're doing, it means we're going to be successful because we're preparing, we're in the process of training ourselves intensely with a clear goal in mind. If you note, he's holding a pentacle under his arm. He has 6 pentacles up on the wall. The seventh one's under his arm, and the eighth one is a perfect replica. So he's perfected something. So we could be integrating old skills into a new form or adding a new skill onto whatever it is we do. Means we've tried various ways of making a living, but we're finalizing how we want to use like our personal resources, everything about us to realize even more material sufficiency that will fulfill our needs, that will allow us to expand, and because we're so sure in this card, like sure of our purpose, it guarantees success. So the craftsmanship, whatever it is I'm doing, It's rewarded by commissions, new business, more monies coming in, energetics that all move along that type of a line with us, and it feels real interesting. It feels exciting to me, as in the manner of whatever it is we do is going to bring us really forward faster. And that's the way they're saying it. Bring it forward faster. So I'm not quite sure where this is coming down, because we can never tell. But for some of us, this is going to be, adding a skill, maybe because we're going to change a job or get a promotion or something like that. Because the next card here is the Knight of Cups, and that's us showing up in our own reading, male or female, because these are general readings. It will be water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio type energy. This is just wonderful. We're not only hearing our own reading, but we're getting a message. This Knight brings us a message. A message of love. So it can represent our one true love, the knight in the white armor, or what? The knight in shining armor on the white horse type of energy means we're deeply involved in something. And that Eight of Pentacles energy shows that also. Deeply involved in an emotional situation, like to the point where nothing else matters. Very little else matters to us. So we're either awaiting a message, like a declaration of love, or a proposal of marriage, something like that, some type of message about something that we love, right? It may not necessarily be romantic love. Maybe I'd love to have that job, but for a lot of us, it may be romantic love, like that. But we're awaiting it with such anticipation that everything else is insignificant to us. So it's exciting energy. So all other things, relationships, pale in comparison to this, because this is the very best, And if it is not that, right, whatever it is, whatever person, if it's something we can trust. It would be a friend. If it doesn't represent love, it would be a friend that we could trust, that was honest, intelligent, caring, willing to do anything for us. So it's a wonderful energy to have around us. Maybe it's a boss at work that really appreciates the work that we do, and wants us to move forward into another position. This is possible for some of us. For others of us, that may be a relationship coming up and into our life. New boss, new relationship, energetics along those lines, especially with this Pentacles. It's like I'm going to do everything I can to get exactly what it is exactly what it is that I want this month. So it's exciting in that manner, and it's new, it's fresh, because our next one here is the Ace of Cups. So to me, this is the hand of God coming out of the clouds and handing us everything it is that we want. So it's new beginnings, new beginnings, new love, new one-on-one relationships of any kind with this. Any of the previously unfelt emotions. We may unfelt emotions that we had before are coming into play now in like a new way of, like even a new way of seeing a relationship. Now, it could be birth. All aces mean birth of a child. The Ace of Cups can be birth of an idea. That might be why our Pentacles energy is in here, but it means it's a fertile time for emotional or any type of creative growth around us, you know. Uh, it it's it is the symbol. The Ace of Cups is the symbol of the consummation of something we really hoped for. So for some of us, right, the energetics is going to be that of a new, let's say, a new love. For others of us, it may be the energetics of a new job, or a new job, a better way to do something, something, you know, moving forward financially with that pentacle energy in there, because I may have been feeling short. You know, for others of us, I think this thing here could be, this Eight of Pentacles energy could be us collaborating possibly with this King of Cups energy on some type of a creative idea that's going to move forward for us and move forward rapidly. You know, whether it's like maybe breaking from a job. I'm saying that because of the next energy, or breaking from a relationship and going into collaboration that is more blended, like our word synthesis, you know, more truthful. That type of energy, that might be for, that may be the way it goes. For some of us, it may be relationships, because we've been like holding or stagnant. For others of us, this is like fresh step forward into a new and different way. And I'm saying it that way because this is the Four of Swords, our next energy, and these two energies are a little bit rough. The next two energies coming up here, and that's, I think, why they're giving us those weird messages. Four of Swords comes after the Three of Swords, and that one is heartbreak. You know, it's like really not the best thing in the world for us. So the Four of Swords is like the recuperation time where we deal with our problems very quietly and with faith and introspection and solitude. It's like when we do it ourselves. It's a period of aloneness where we want to contemplate to get a solid perspective on some kind of troubling situation that's happened to us in the past. So the card itself says we may have been in pain, but now we're in the first stage of recovery. You know, so some of us could have had surgeries and physical illnesses, you know, and now it's a fresh new start, new beginning with that, you know, or we could have had a physical illness with that Three of Swords energy, and now we're coming up out of it. So we're taking rest, we're taking time out, we're thinking about the next moves we're going to make, planning the next moves we're going to make, and we're going to make them way more wisely because we're taking this time. So it's a card of the calm after the storm. So I don't know what any of us have went through, but that's the way it is. It's a card that makes us feel like we want to go away. You know, that's the only way I know to explain it. A card of going away into exile, away from people, extended vacation type card, just where we're feeling like monastic. I don't want anybody around me. You know, I need some R&R to reevaluate whatever it was that was going on, and to put our own, if this makes any sense, the way they're saying it, make sure we put our own house in order. So it's going to be important to do it, to take the time, and I'm not sure why. Take the time. I think that's that gathering facts energy too of our original message, and making sure we're doing it the right way, because this next card's Pentacles also. but it's the Five of Pentacles, and this one is kind of the another rougher energy, you know, because it could be losses, business problems for some of us, material lack. Sometimes this can actually mean spiritual bankruptcy, you know, could be at the root of whatever it is that's bugging us. It comes like as a warning that money might be tight, uh, and losses may come. You know, they could come from ill-advised investments, maybe giving money to people who don't loan or don't pay back loans, things like that. It could be that the support from someone we were counting on, right, wasn't forthcoming, which is usually like some kind of a loan or maybe, what is that word? Stipend, like from work and it didn't come in time. Now I'm digging in to my own money. But when I see this card, me, Frankie, I don't, usually these two people are standing in the snow, you know, and they're freezing to death and he's bleeding all over the place. She's trying to comfort them. All I see in this card is that light, right? That's supposedly a window of a church. So to me, versus all this loss energy, this card means to me, turn around. Turn around. There is always help. There is always a better way or a different avenue. King of Cups is in here. The Ace of Cups is in here. So let's say maybe here's an example. Okay, I'm going for a loan for a car. They tell me I'm approved, right? The day I go to get the car, the bank denies my loan. They changed their mind. I would have went to 3 banks supposedly just to take, you know, look at the interest rates, da 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 da. I'd have a backup plan. I'm going to go into business because we have that Ace of Cups. Creative venture, me and a partner. George and me are going into business. 3 people really wanted to work with me, and I thought, well, George is the best. At the last minute, George backed out. I have 2 other people. I take Lucy, and the venture begins anyhow. So I don't see it as a card of loss as much as a card of an alternative action. Okay? Now, I don't know where these are going to come down, you know. For some of us, maybe we were paying off medical bills and it made us a little tight. But when we get back to work with this Eight of Pentacles energy, we're going to be back in the bucks again, especially with the fresh new starts and like the new beginning energies coming up and around us. Because I think the end result here, whether it's work, whether it's relationships, maybe it was tight for us with relationships and we didn't come out of it on top or thought we didn't. The thing I know is nothing is going to matter to us other than the way we stand, right? Because we're in our own reading and we present ourselves, right? When we move forward. So if I need time to turn off the phone, get away from everybody dragging on me, maybe trying to take all my money, I'll have alternatives, you know. And I am going to be sure of myself when I step forward. This is the card of the craftsman, and they really know what they're doing. Remember, we are very intuitive, and we're going to gather our facts this month. This gives us time to do it, this Four of Swords. So, you can't stand up, be ourselves. Have confidence is our angel card. We know we're going to do it. Have confidence. It says, moving forward does not necessarily require you to have confidence in yourself. Confidence in God is enough. along with knowing that God works through you, with you in all ways. Lean upon us if your confidence wavers, and we will buoy your courage and your faith. And this premise of this card is it's a church window. That's kind of funny and interesting. Actually, I think I've pulled that card before. 4 years doing this, and I don't know as if I ever pulled this card before. It's a really pretty card. Very pretty. But I note that she's sitting right along a pond or a river, 1 foot in spirit and 1 foot on the land. Interesting. It says this card is a message from your angels saying you can do it. Trust that you have all the ingredients it takes to complete the mission before you, and that's your Eight of Pentacles energy. Although you may not completely understand how you're going to fulfill the task, have faith that you'll be continually guided. The more you can depersonalize this mission and know that it's not about you, the better. Don't listen to the voice that asks, who me? You're utterly worthy since you're a perfect daughter or son of the Creator, and the angels surround you every step of the way. Stay in the moment. Focus on one step at a time. Give all worries and concerns to God and the angels, and ask the angels to increase your faith. Trust God's love and wisdom are working through you. And so is the Ace of Cups. And the Knight of Pentacles is working for us. Well, Scorpio, that's our reading for this month. I want to tell you all thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, and for your comments. I read each and every one of them. I really appreciate them. If anybody wants to know more about me or go neb about me, or if you want or need to set an appointment with me, all the information is down below the screen in the About section over at the website. And there's 2 short videos over there also. One explains the prayer class, which is I made for you guys, and the other one, the sutras. The prayer class is 2.5 hours long. It explains how, why you format prayers the way you do, and the sutras are just simple thought forms. You put in a 5-minute a day meditation that enhance the clear perceptions dramatically, but the videos that explain that are over at the website. So to everybody I've met through 4 whole years of doing YouTubes, and to all of you I've met through 32 years of doing this work, I want to tell you all, it's been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to serve you. Hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.